The campaign began on a boat, crossing the Luma Sea to Brightport. Leah, Barrick, and Alika aboard, all searching for someone they lost, and Callow, ready to help anyone in need. The ship sank, but everyone made it to port, and from there continued on the road to Ralu outpost, only briefly distracted by a glinting spire. At the outpost, you met Graham setting up shop, and Ardoy searching for his lost sword, then noticed a siege at Ketlador down the hill. You rushed down, saving Shessie from a fire and Uceles from a band of mousefolk, then spent the next morning moving them up to the outpost. Next, Leah wanted to find turtle eggs at Copperdot Forest, where you tracked down and stole some from a turtle tree. Barrick wanted to search the lake for his daughter, Elsa, but instead found large glowing crayfish, whose mother rose from the lake and chased you all away. North of the lake you found a mine, and under Neferu Mine, Barrick and Alika searched an unnatural passage and found a gold staff, while Leah and Callow were attacked, and everyone fought off the awakened dwarven skeletons. From here, Callow went off to Amberhall City, while everyone else headed back to Ralu and were directed to a dragonborn in the village of Petrolot, who might identify the new staff. You met Eshadon there, who bargained to identify it if Petrolot's lizard infestation was taken care of. After the alpha lizard and its eggs were destroyed, Eshadon revealed it was a staff of resurrection, but he could not identify how to activate it. He also noticed that you had found the boot of fog protection he was searching for, and demanded it in return for his future service. Following the road from here, you investigated the ruins of Greymorn Citadel, finding a scroll that gave Alika vision of a ghost of Greymorn, waiting in a chair above the ruins. Under the ruins, 3 gates requiring 3 keys were all locked tight. Everyone then headed across the open country to Amberhall in hopes of finding one of these keys or any other clues. You were welcomed to Amberhall by Ilyana, who was very helpful and gave more clues to Barrick's daughter, and you met Nuvis, who was known to Leah, and Wish, who made their duo difficult to cooperate with. Beyond the city's inner wall, you helped the duo pass many traps, then ascended the palace's spiraling stairs. You were attacked by a distant hostile group before reaching the throne and its senile king, who defended his throne until rendered unconscious. Everyone recovered together and got some lucid words from the king, while Wish and Nuvis attempted to make off with some of the loot, sharing only the key to Greymorn. Fully rested, you decided to search the rest of the palace, starting with a tower down the spiral steps from the throne. And outside of that door, you now stand.
So this is down the steps from wherever the king was?
Yes.
So, what does that look like?
A giant throne was at the top.
It was on a big, wide, circular platform in the middle of the palace, and the stairs to reach it went along the wall, and there was an opening on that spiral staircase that exited to the outside, where there was a bridge that led to a tower.
So we're standing outside on the bridge still in the elements?
Yeah, you are outside. It is nighttime right now, because you guys just had a long rest.
And there's no sight of the Goliath and tiny buddies from before?
Nope.
Alright, then I guess we open the door.
I open the door.
The door swings open to a dark laboratory. Quarter sections of wooden platform with a spiral staircase in the middle that leads up to the next platform. There are 2 of these above, 1 below, and then a stone floor at the very bottom.
Do we notice anything on any of these platforms?
The one you're currently on has many cabinets covered in glassware that looks dusty and untouched.
I bet Shessie would want all of this stuff.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
It's all gotta go. Maybe just the nicest stuff.
I shall inspect. Make sure they're in good condition and such. 7.
Everything looks good. Everything looks useful to you. You have no basis for knowing which of these are very rare finds in the alchemical world.
I shall grab whatever beakers look the nicest to me in that case. The most abnormal go in first, and I'll take a dozen of them.
Are you packing them well or just tossing them into a bag?
I will take out my bedroll, place beakers inside the bedroll, and then wrap up the bedroll with a bit of rope.
Okay, you could probably fit maybe 4 pieces in a bedroll if it's being rolled up.
4.
Are there any books or anything in here?
It is all cabinets of glassware, no books or anything like that.
Anywhere to just sit down for a minute?
Not on this floor, nope. Just a lot of storage space.
Yeah, I'll look around into the different cabinets and stuff.
You want to investigate?
Sure. It's only 9.
I'm going to get an Arcana check from you
Oh,
while
cool.
you search.
11.
Hey,
Yeah, nothing tickles your...
arcane mind.
Yeah.
Yuck.
It's the same as Barrack for you. It all looks equally important and equally unimportant to someone who doesn't give a shit about alchemy, which is you.
Yeah. I think I'll just head upstairs then.
To the next higher floor.
Yes.
I'll go with her.
Same.
Next floor, there are 3 brass machines in the center of the room. They all look complex and different.
Have we seen their like before?
These do not look familiar to anyone.
Like, I assume it's still very dusty and looks like it hasn't been touched, but does anything look less dusty or, like, touched more recently than the rest?
They all look dusty. One of them has flickering lights on it that are still glowing.
What, like a spell?
You want to inspect that machine?
Yeah.
That machine is a board on a stand, kind of like an easel, with a grid of 8 bulbs on it, and the bulbs are flashing with white light.
Okay, so it's the bulbs that are flashing.
Yeah.
And it's hooked up to something?
It's just attached to a board. You can't tell if there's anything going on inside.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Touch one of the light ones? What happens when I touch it?
Nothing happens when you touch it.
That's underwhelming.
You wanted to inspect it?
18.
You just know that whoever made this machine made it to look impressive, but it does absolutely nothing.
What's it do, Leah?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Besides just look nice.
Well, this is a rich people town. Lots of useless stuff around here.
We each take a machine.
Okay.
I will take the next closest to the light machine.
That machine is a wheel with a crank, and when the crank is turned, it produces a lot of sparks as it spins.
8.
You don't know what this machine is meant to do. It's very flashy, though, with all those sparks flying off of it.
Just thinking about both of these, I feel like, yeah, they weren't really meant to do anything but, like, be in a kid's museum. You know, like,
Yeah, like that
here, little
treadmill.
prince man.
Ooh.
Oh.
But what if together they formed into like a super deadly awesome robot?
Alika wanted to look at the last
Yeah.
machine.
We're going to see if Alka can go full Voltron with this.
Mm-hmm.
This machine is a cylinder, a wide one, and it's full of very thin gears, kind of like a clock, but a very deep clock, a couple feet of turning gears, and all the gears are slowly ticking away.
Alika is going to investigate while tapping his toe to the ticking. That's a 4 plus whatever my numbers are. 3.
Okay, this machine looks very important to you. It looks like it is counting down to some major event.
That's scary.
Guys, this clock, it's got to be important. Like
Okay.
something important, like dinner time.
Oh, can I use detect magic on all of these guys?
Sure. None of them are magical in any way.
What a fucking waste of a spell. Not magic at all. Okay.
With an angry face.
Yeah, I'm just going to admire the kind of the craft and the prettiness of them.
Barrack, do you think we could sell any of these?
I don't think we can find anyone who wants to buy them.
Maybe Eshadon would.
He likes weird stuff.
Only magic stuff, though.
But he's off walking somewhere.
With a fucking boot.
Yep.
I don't want to carry this stuff around right now.
With all of this glassware in your bedroll.
On a precarious balance with the amount of gear and shit I have on right now.
Didn't someone take something stupid big that you guys are still holding on to?
I've got eggs.
I don't have anything. I have very little on me, actually.
Yeah, I think Leah has passengers.
Yeah, I've got babies.
Well, all of these would take 1 to 2 people to carry them.
We'd have to make multiple trips.
What if later maybe we could bring this ticky thing to the tea lady's house?
Ileana's?
And she could use it to keep track of tea time.
Anyways,
Alright, to the next floor.
Yeah,
Yes.
up we go.
to the top floor, there are some chairs up here, since you were looking to rest. There's also a telescope on the far wall, looking out at the stars, and a chart.
Ooh.
Someone was using to map the stars.
I want to look at the map.
I want telescope. Peer with my magic peepers into the cosmos.
You can look out the telescope and you'll see stars. And you can look at the charts. We'll get you to roll a perception roll.
I want to look at the charts too, though.
Yeah, you may both.
15.
19?
Ooh.
Oh, you can both tell that whoever was making these charts was trying to plot the stars in order to divine the future.
Cool.
They were missing some sort of key element to their equations and their plotting and their maps that was just off. It wasn't working.
What does he already have on the chart? Like different
Linking them.
constellations?
Yes, constellations, numbers, shit like that. But since you guys can both tell that it was meant to divine the future, I'll get you both to also roll Arcana checks to see if you can complete what they started.
Oh, man. 4.
7.
You're as lost as whoever originally started these was.
Would my random blumbering with this telescope happen to fall on the one thing he was looking for? If I was really lucky, and it was just like, ooh.
Do you want to also try and roll
Do a
Arcana?
bullshit check.
Yeah.
Bullshit Arcana check.
Dude, I'll do disadvantage too if you want.
No, you got the telescope in hand. Did you guys tell him someone was divining?
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, disadvantage.
That's a 10. 9.
You don't get any further than anyone else did.
Can I
Okay.
take the chart?
You may take the chart, yes.
I would like to use my background feature of Sage and think, are there any locations in the province, say like a library that had star charts on the other side of the province, anything obscure like that?
You know that this would probably be the best place, the King's Laboratories, for something like this to be figured out. There might be a library somewhere else in town, but it would probably be in much worse condition than this area here.
Okay.
Can I kind of set up my little studies section, maybe with Barrick if he's interested, and like roll out the chart and then also bring out Eastley's books that I took
Okay.
and cross-reference?
Well, Eastley's books weren't about the stars at all, so they probably won't be of much help. But if you guys want to spend some hours figuring this out, I'll let you both roll Arcana checks again.
It's piqued my curiosity.
I got only 14.
15.
The
Again?
future,
No.
the future is a hard thing to figure out, and this person who was trying was obviously very skilled, and they got very close. And to hop into their research from 99% and get that last one that they were stuck on, that's a
Hell of a task.
yeah.
So while they were doing that, can I have ventured downstairs?
Yeah, I guess they gave you lots of time if they were going to spend a couple hours doing that.
I was gonna whistle in the Vika room and like poke some stuff and then be like, yeah, let's wander down here now.
The floor below that floor is filled with crates. There are 50 wooden crates down there.
I spend the hour opening the crates.
You crack them each open one at a time. So they're all full of hay. They were obviously protecting some fragile things, but each one is empty. But since they've taken so long, you get a chance to open every single crate, rummage through all the hay. You find 2 different items that were left in these crates, either by accident or that they just didn't get to or they already thought they had.
Relatable.
In one of those crates is a big chunk of silvery ore with a familiar shine to it. And in another of the crates is a large horn, like the horn of a beast.
Just gonna put those in the bag to discuss later.
They are both very heavy. They're probably not going to fit in...
Oh, like it's a big chunk?
Why is it familiar?
Gotta be big enough for me to carry upstairs and make a good impression. But look what I found. Thunk.
Crunk.
Why is it familiar, Alika?
I can't think of why it looks familiar, but does Alec remember why it's familiar?
Obviously he doesn't, 'cause he's asking me.
Was it glowy?
I'll let you roll like a history
Okay.
for me to remind you of things that have happened.
I'm thinking back, like, what metal did we ever come across in the campaign? The history check, it's gonna be a 9. Not good enough, is it?
I was going to give it to you at 10, but yeah, that's what you find in those crates.
So familiar. So shiny.
And there's one other floor below. I would say you guys have all finished around the same time, looking through all those crates
What about
solo.
What about the horn? Alec has spent a lot of time killing things. It's Gotta do like a nature check.
Yeah, you can try and identify the horn.
Alright, let's see if I know my horns. I do not know my horns. It's a 5.
It's a very large horn.
I'm blind. It's like, yep, that's a horn. That's a chunk of metal.
There's just the base floor that isn't a wooden platform. It's just the stone base of the tower.
And so Barrick and I have caught up with
Yep.
him on the
You'll
lower
come
floor?
down from your studying and see him popping open the last empty crate.
I guess we know where we're sleeping, what we're making our mattresses out of.
All the hay.
Oh, the hay.
Well, you guys just rested. If you want to sleep the night as well, you can. And so you're not traveling the city during pitch dark night time. But it's up to you.
We have a lot more to explore here before we leave.
I'm assuming you guys have torches out this whole time? We didn't really...
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this is a dark room, eh?
I have a torch.
I have
good
9
there.
torches.
I've got lots of torches too.
We got this nice hay. If y'all want to sleep, we can have a sleepy.
Never.
I'm gonna point into the corner where
Yeah.
I stashed the metal and the horn and be like, y'all know what those are?
Okay, so I can do a check now?
Unless you actually remember what it's from.
A shiny ore, you say?
Yes.
Is it from the Nefera mines?
It is from the Nefero mines. You remember seeing that exact same silvery shine on the wall, and you all contemplated exploding it, but used the explosive on the carts instead in order to get deeper into the mine.
We missed the loot drop.
Okay, so the pyromaniac in me, I pick up the stone, bring it up to the machine that causes the sparks
Oh no.
upstairs, and I want to experiment to see if this rock is explosive.
Yeah, you can shower the ore with sparks. Nothing's gonna happen.
Ah, damn. Okay, I don't have an exploding rock. Okay, that's fine.
That thing is huge. That would murder us all.
Is there any chance that I would know what this shiny ore is used for? History,
No.
nature check?
You gotta talk to someone who knows what to do with ores.
Like a particular turtle.
But it's too big to carry.
Like, it's too big to have on your hip. You could empty someone's backpack and have...
You look at me and hell no.
I only have the basic backpack stuff, a single hunting trap, and a busted javelin in my bag.
I can carry it in my arms.
Yeah, like I can literally carry this thing.
Mhm.
If we run into something that tries to kill me, I'll drop it on them.
If any combat happens, you're just gonna drop the rock, pull out the weapons.
No, use the rock as a weapon.
He's gonna ensure that the quality of the metal is perfect before turning into a weapon. It's like, if I can kill it with the rock itself.
If you want to do it like I set the rock down and then pull up my stuff, we start combat.
However
or if
you
it's
want.
like a combat starting, you were holding a rock. I'm just going to throw it at them. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, to the last floor.
We didn't check the horn. I would have a pretty good idea of animals
You
too.
wanna nature check the horn?
Nature or animal handling?
No, not animal handling.
That means it's not domestic. 13.
13, you can tell that this horn is from a devil.
Ew! She just drops it, gives it to someone really fast.
Well, you got the rock, I'll take the horn.
You can put a strap on it and tie it somewhere.
Okay, adding devil horn to the list.
It is large though. It's like a club.
Okay. It's something that someone might be able to make use of.
Sounds like an alchemical thing to me.
What if our turtle friend makes us into a thing where it's literally just a giant hunk of metal strapped to the horn, and it's like a hammer?
So it sounds like you want a really awesome cleaver.
That'd be sick.
Okay, so now we're going downstairs.
Alright, the base stone floor. It looks like a resting area. There's a few benches, tables, a washing basin, and it is empty except for a few personal items that have been left behind. There's a pair of boots and a coat, both too small for any of you to wear, hung on one of those stands. I don't know, is there a word for that?
Yeah, coat stand.
Okay. Then yeah, they are on a coat stand. A really short coat stand,
So like a gnome or a halfling?
potentially.
That would explain some of the technology stuff.
Gnomes do
They-
be
they-
tinkering.
They have a knack for that. I shall inspect the little person clothing.
You
Okay.
didn't have to roll. Just looking through, you'll find a journal in one of the coat pockets. It is written in halfling.
Nope, not me.
Not me either.
Shit.
You want to keep it or toss it?
I'll put it in with the rest of my books.
Leah has books and eggs in her backpack.
Yeah, I'm pretty much at capacity here.
How about 2 cases, map or scroll, for things like the star charts?
I would steal those from you.
Sweet.
Did you already
Alright.
have paper in them? Or you're just going to dump it
No,
out?
they were empty.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. And can I steal that crossbow from you?
Yes.
The king's crossbow. What's the stats on that?
You would have to spend some time figuring out how it works. It is very
So
complex looking. 3 separate
Boom booms?
bowstrings.
I like it.
How many triggers?
Can she
One
still
trigger.
use it as a regular crossbow if she loads it every round?
I'll have to check it out.
Okay. That's a pretty weird crossbow.
Yeah, do you want to spend the time right now to figure out how it works?
I mean, it's middle of the night. Might as well.
You guys don't want to go anywhere else? You just want to chill in here?
Sure.
Maybe take another crack at the star chart? As long as you have this telescope hole in the tower.
Might as well. I will go stargazing one more time with Alka
Yeah.
if Leah would like to inspect.
So Barrick and Alika are going to spend the hours together. Alika's fresh eyes on the problem that Barrick has not been able to figure out. And Leah is going to spend that time trying to figure out this crossbow.
If I solve this problem, it's going to have to be the stupidest reason. I'm just drawing a doodle or something and I've created the perfect alignment of stars.
You're very traveled.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of places, seen some things. Let's see if we can figure something out. I rolled an unnatural 1.
17.
You can get your mind around all the concepts you've already figured out, and it's still just that one part. And Alika was kind of just dragging you down more than even helping.
So we have the equivalent of the equation on the chalkboard, and I'm just like hitting my head on the board. It's like, I don't get this.
You can maybe find a resource somewhere. Leah is looking at the king's crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very well made, very accurate, and it is designed to put 3 bolts in and shoot them in a burst. The first shot fires as accurately as a regular crossbow would, but following shots have less chance to hit as they get thrown off by the recoil.
So then how would I roll that?
It is a +1 light crossbow, so it's the stats of your light crossbow +1, but it shoots 3 attacks, and those attacks have -3 and -6 to hit on the second and third. And it requires an entire bonus action to reload rather than a free loading action. Though you can just use the top one and fire once, and then it would be treated like a regular.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Most badass grandma ever.
Where there's something magical about it you can't figure out.
Fucking Eshidon. Do we have to go see that fucking lizard again?
Or figure out how to identify things ourselves.
Can I do a check?
No.
Okay.
To be fair, even just letting us know it's magic is already pretty generous.
Wait a second. I have divining spells.
Oh, for the stars?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much augury would be able to help.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I realized? I took the skeleton finger bones from the Nefaru mines and I never dropped them, so I still have those, so I use those for augury. Yeah, okay, never mind. It doesn't really help too much.
Do you have the guidance cantrip?
Yes, I do.
That'll work.
Yeah, okay.
In the future.
I can't do it right now.
It's probably almost morning now because you guys have spent 6 hours working on stuff.
Well, what better time to figure out a divining chart than in the middle of the night?
We got the star.
You're all stuck on it right now. If you can find some sort of inspiration that'll help you, I'll let you roll again for it.
Maybe if we find this gnome.
I think the gnome is
it was-
dead. Or halfling's
It was a
dead.
Halfling, okay.
I'd like to inspect the telescope itself. Its size, if there's anything we didn't notice on the telescope.
I think Alika has it in his stuff.
Oh, it's a small enough telescope?
Yeah.
I was picturing like a huge one. Your classically huge-ass telescope.
It's large. It's the size of the horn, but you can...
Do you have
Take
any
it.
more tubes?
Technically, there's 2. Lee's using just 1 for the divining.
Can I have
Sure.
your other tube for telescope protection?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll help me see things.
Okay, and that is that's all the floors of the tower explored, and the sun is starting to rise. The sky is that, cold blue color.
Praise the sun.
Getting out of here.
I have checked every box. We have pondered this chart, and the doohickeys
I'm really scared that as soon as we leave the lab, those mean people are going to be right there. The Goliath and the tiny folk.
Well, as you leave,
I agree.
they are not standing outside of the lab tower. You're on the stairs. There was the halls downstairs that you passed through to get up here, but didn't look through.
Mm-hmm. Let's check them out. We have a whole palace to explore. It's a bright new day.
Starting off the morning, digging through some dusty rooms. Let's go.
Since they cross, you can decide to either go to the slave section first or the untouched section that you passed through to get up the stairs.
Untouched. Barrick's the treasure huntery one, so I'll let him decide.
Untouched.
So you'll go down. You passed through this hall before to get to the stairs to get up there, but you didn't open any of the sturdy wooden doors. There are 6 of them, 3 on each side of the hall.
First on the right. I go to open it. Do I explode?
No, it easily unlatches and opens.
Damn, means there's probably not something very valuable in here.
There's not. It is an empty bathhouse room. There's a bunch of empty pools.
Are there any cleaning implements that have survived the apocalypse?
What a weird hyper-focus Barrick has.
What does that mean?
Like
a soap bar?
sponge.
Yes, like I only have one soap bar. I'm wondering if I can get a second soap bar.
There is a pile of melted together soap bars in the corner.
Ah, damn. Okay, the heat just melted them together.
Covered in a thick layer of dust that sticks extra hard to
Yeah.
their surface.
So for desperate, yes, but that sort of melding together is hard to carry.
If you
around.
you could chip one out if you carve it from the center. The center would just be in good condition still.
We're talking about soap.
So soap carving is low on the priority list, so I'll keep this in the back of my mind and go to the next room over.
Can I just dip my eggs in the warm water?
There's no water.
I thought there was
The
warm
pools
water.
are empty.
Oh, okay. Dang. My poor little creatures are so cold in their eggs.
We did have hay you could have put in those bags.
That's true. It's so far away, though. I don't care that much.
It's all the way back there.
The next door on the same side
Yes.
opens to a trophy room with many empty glass display cases.
Why is everything so fucking empty? I know because people keep looting, but
Yeah. There are only 3 items remaining in this room. 4 if you include the owl bear skeleton in the corner,
Ew.
posed up in attack position on a big wooden pedestal. Aside from that, there is a halberd locked onto a stand with 3 locks. The top 2 locks have been bashed in and destroyed and are lying loose. The 3rd lock at the bottom, it's been obviously attacked, but it is still holding.
Why does this make me think of Wish?
Because you love her. You want to kiss.
And threw her off a mountain.
It's a complicated relationship.
I love you, but no.
It's more about the scars, actually.
If you survive this, I'll love you even more.
Just some extra scarring.
Paralysis is sexy. Please cut that out.
There's also a bulky stone helmet, and a dagger lies on the ground.
Is it a fancy dagger?
It's black iron, and it's sitting in front of a display case.
I want it. I've been collecting daggers.
How many daggers do you have?
2, plus this one
Oh.
is 3.
That's a small collection.
Putting in her handbag.
Yeah, you put it in your bag or your belt, and then it is still on the ground.
It just likes the ground? I can't take it?
You did take it. You put it in your bag, and you looked, and it was back on the ground.
It teleported back. That's so cool.
Is there one in her bag still?
You look in your bag, and it's in there. And now it's no longer on the ground.
That is...
What? Is it just wherever you look last?
that is
Alka.
lucky.
What's up,
Can
Leia?
you look for this ghost activity?
I'm gonna turn from the halberd and be like, "Oh, ghost activity, sure." And I'll
Paranormal
just-
activity.
So you're going to show him the dagger? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to pull it out to show it to him,
Okay.
and then it's going to not be in your hand.
I'm gonna shake Leia's hand.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Now it's
What?
back in her hand.
What the fuck? I don't want this thing.
Put it down
This
then.
thing's such a fucking piss off.
It's gonna be great because you're gonna put it back down on the ground, and then it'll keep showing up in your backpack to torment you for eternity.
Why do you keep dropping your dagger, Leia?
No, go away. No, it's something strange about the dagger. It won't stay in one spot.
Daggers don't move.
Can he leave the room?
You want to kick Alex out?
No, it's just...
It wouldn't be the first time he's been kicked out of it.
Yeah.
Hey, I shit I was a real asshole. Okay, we don't get along.
He's like the only person whose name you remember.
Yeah. It's carved into my soul.
It's okay. Are you dropping the dagger then? Or are you keeping it?
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay, you'll put it back in your bag. It'll be in your hand, and then it'll be in your bag.
And it's not on the ground.
You can wait, and it doesn't appear on the ground. It doesn't appear back in your hand.
Okay.
We're gonna figure this thing out, and it's gonna be the coolest thing we have. The piece de resistance of your dagger collection.
You go to throw it, and it just teleports back to the palace. It just doesn't come back.
Okay, you guys wanted to check out the halberd?
I should defer to Barrick. I assume you have lockpicks in that bag somewhere.
Yeah, so as you turn to me, I already have the lockpick set out, and I'm like,
Someone did a number on this. It is going to be hard to lockpick with half bashed in pins, but you can try and lockpick it.
I will use the tools. Natural one. I'm so good.
Yeah, one of your picks gets stuck in there, and you have to wrench really hard to get it out, and it kind of bends the little tip.
No.
You should be able to fix it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finesse didn't work. I'm gonna find...
Hey, so about that rock.
Yeah, I was thinking I want to just use this giant ass rock and just pound it onto this lock.
Okay, then bless.
Burn a bless.
Okay,
Nice.
Awesome.
Do you want to get really angry and rage against it too?
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I be?
You broke my friend's pick!
I must be better than Wish. To 22.
Not quite. Someone else was also bashing this thing. Someone probably as strong as you, and
Why?
they couldn't get it either.
What? No. I take out my spear. I'm gonna try with my spear. Get leverage in there. Angry levering.
I tap you on the shoulder and I whip out a crowbar. Because leverage.
And the crowbar gives advantage, was it? Or does it give a bonus number?
It was advantage, I believe.
Well, I get that from raging, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah.
With the crowbar.
Do you need bless again?
Nope, it's still
The
active.
bless stays, yeah.
22 again. No, wait, it's 20. Yeah, it's 22.
Yeah, you can hear the metal creak as you wrench on this, but you can't tell if it's the lock that's creaking or if it's the crowbar.
Oh god.
Okay. One more go. My spear this time. That crowbar, I'm too weak. Jimmy it with the spear. What you would do with a crowbar, but with a weapon.
It's the less effective one.
I am angry. I'm not using proper tools. 26.
They both break.
No.
Aha!
Alright, that's fine. I have backup weapons.
The lock snaps, and the halberd is free. All the chains that were still held on fall as this final lock does, and the halberd stands on its pedestal.
Leah, is this magical? I had 3 locks on the thing.
I check.
It is magical.
Hey.
I'm supposed to be able to tell what kind of magic.
Fuck off. We're not going to bother with that. Who's going to grab it first?
Alika, he needs a replacement
When
pole.
Alika grabs it, it weighs nothing.
Cool.
That's sweet. So I'm just whipping it around.
Yeah, it is so light as to not weigh anything. If you release it, it floats. Gravity, is that magic enough school-wise?
No.
Okay, so just to clarify, when I let go, it remains where it is, or it floats away on the wind?
It floats.
I just want to make sure if I drop it, it doesn't go into the stratosphere.
If you did throw it straight up in the air,
keep
probably
going.
you would never see it again.
Awesome.
So be careful which angle you throw it at. Does it have regular halberd stats?
Because the magic of it is so evident, I'll let you know that it is just a regular halberd, but it has the light property. So it can be dual wielded or thrown. It also has the throne property.
Nice.
Okay.
Can I do my chart for divination yet?
No, you're not waiting for it to just be in another room. You're waiting for something else. The knowledge that you possess isn't enough.
Yeah.
There was also a helmet on a stone platform.
Well, there was a helmet on the
Yes.
stone platform.
I don't give a shit about... No one needs a helmet. Barrick's already got his bucket.
Bucket.
Yeah.
I will look at the helmet.
It looks very heavy and very thick.
Thick.
I will pick up the helmet.
What is your strength?
16.
You cannot lift the helmet from its pedestal.
What?
Mm.
I mean, no one would want that on their neck anyway.
Barrick slowly pulls the crowbar half out of his backpack as like a,
I'm going to look over at Barrick and just slowly nod.
hey.
And we're going to crowbar this helmet.
Okay, yeah, you can lift it with the crowbar underneath, but lift it to where? Like it's not stuck. It's
into
just
my
heavy.
bag.
Mm. Well, the trick is that you like roll it into the bag and then you still wouldn't be able to carry it.
I will drag it. Can I not like lift it above my head, or is it just like
just
you
like
cannot
at all.
move it at all? It's immovable.
Yeah, you can't move it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's too heavy for you.
We'd have to roll it.
You can almost move it.
So as comically as this is me running full tilt at it and shoving with everything I got, not an inch.
You could move it an inch. Yeah, you could move. You could push it hard enough that it fell off its pedestal and was on the ground, and is just a little harder to pick up. But you could not lift it, carry it on your person.
Did any of those machines upstairs have wheels on them?
One was a wheel with a crank, but that was the one that made sparks.
None of them had wheels themselves. No.
Okay. If we find anything with wheels, I'll pull a wagon. I want this thing at some point in the future. It's gonna be
Better
something
get
cool.
to training then.
Practice with heavy objects on my head.
In that case, we're going to go to the next room, which should be the last door on this side of the hall. We're exploring. Barrick's happy.
Mm-hmm.
We already found lots of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And soap.
We can always come back if we really need soap.
Yeah, really, really, really need some.
Third door on the right.
Yes. Barrick opens a door.
It is a small hall with 4 more doors, 2 on each side. Those doors are all open to guest rooms. Each room has silver candlesticks with no candles and made beds that have not been touched in a long time.
And we slept on hay last night.
You guys slept at the throne.
On hard
we're-
crystal.
Yep.
I'm surprised no one took the fabric of the bed sheets. I imagine it's pretty nice.
Do you want to be that
Could
person?
no.
But I'm looking at what's in my backpack, and I'm just like,
Alika's gonna pocket the silver.
You're going to take the
I'm
candlesticks?
taking the candles.
They're worth 10 silver each.
That's
hey.
fine. I have like no money. This is helpful.
So we explored the guest rooms.
Yeah.
We're going to then go back and look at the next 3 doors that was on the opposite side of the hallway.
Just straight across to the door across from this one.
Yes.
Yep.
In that door is a dining room. A long table, many chairs. There are more silver candlesticks in here. 5 more.
We're committing to it. This is gonna be like my calling card. Dude, we're gonna run into like a werewolf or something, and you're all gonna be like, Alika has the perfect thing for this. It's gonna pay off.
Yes.
And that is everything in that room besides a thick layer of dust on the flat wooden table.
How much dust?
Can I eat it?
It's like, can I store it all in my backpack? Throw that as a weapon too.
Oh yeah, pocket dust.
God.
That's a legitimate tactic.
You can do that with any... You can get sand from the desert. You don't need this table dust specifically.
You don't have a story behind it.
Royal table dust.
Remember that time we
Okay.
robbed the royal table of its dust?
There's a high quality dust right there.
Yeah. Okay.
On to the next room.
Yeah.
The next room across from the trophy room is a library. It is half filled with books. The other half have been knocked onto the ground and likely taken. There is also 2 comfy red chairs in the room and a large map on the wall.
Large map.
A map of the province.
Can't I just put the map in with the other thing? Like, scroll them together?
Yeah, there'd be enough room for
Oh,
both.
okay.
And
Sweet.
I'll do that. And what are, like, the books generally about? Are they all, like, fiction? Are any of them history?
It's a little bit of everything. The nicest rarest books were probably all looted, but you can look through what remains if you want to search for something specific. The nicest book, the most pertinent book to a topic.
Are any of these books pertinent topic considering divining charts?
If you want to look.
Yes.
I want to be looking for things that are like Greymorn Citadel and Neferi Mines.
I want to look for something on how to lift, or alternatively, Warseed Fortress.
Yeah, I want history books generally.
Okay, so it sounds like two people are looking for histories of the province, and one person looking for astrology. Get everyone to roll.
3.
4.
10.
I can Haswer.
We are not book-learned people.
Barrick and Alika find nothing. Leah finds a very thin tome on the history of the province. Very generally covers where everything is and the basics of the major areas of the province. It's also quite outdated.
So it's like a travel brochure rather than a than like an appendix.
And it was pre-apocalypse, I assume.
I'm okay with that.
And yeah, that's the library.
The last room.
Yes, in the last room of this hallway.
You open it up, and it is a large bedroom. It's about the size of the other 4 guest bedrooms combined. 4-post bed, a table, some chairs. Who's entering first?
Me, Barrick.
As soon as Barrick enters, the room kind of jumps to life, and the chair pulls out. One of the brooms in the corner starts sweeping a path in front of him. The bed folds out in case he wants to hop in.
Nice.
I love it.
I'm creeped out.
I'm going to take my backpack off, put it beside the bed, and sit down in the bed.
Okay, yeah, it's a very comfortable bed.
Was that everything in the room?
There are two gold candle holders in the room.
I shall take these gold candle holders.
Some benches, some cabinets. Do you guys want to search the room?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with under the bed.
I will start with the table.
9.
10.
Alika somehow spots a large orb above the door that is glowing. It is glowing to everyone, not just to Alika.
Well, every time I see something, we have to specify whether everyone else can see it too. Because I'm the one who doesn't see things much, but when I do, there is some kind of ball thing above the door. I'm going to go up and wrap it with my knuckles.
Nothing happens when you knock it.
Barrick, hand me the lever.
I'm going to toss him the crowbar.
Crowbar.
And is it attached to anything, or is it just floating in the air by itself?
It's inlaid into the brick.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely giving him a crowbar then.
Yeah, I'm just going to punch it into the stone and then just wiggle and pop it out.
Alright, yeah, you don't need to roll for this. It easily pops out. You do need to roll to catch it before it falls onto the ground.
Son of a bitch.
Sleight of hand.
Shit, someone catch it.
Mm-hmm.
19.
You reach down and catch the orb before it can smash on the stone floor. It maintains its glow even while detached from the brick wall.
I'm going to hand it to Leia. Like,
What is...
it?
So when he took it out, did all the magic movement, like the broom, stop?
Nope, it's still going.
If I step outside the room with the orb, does it stop?
Yeah, the broom would fall flat.
Can I do an arcana? See
Yeah.
if I can figure out what the devil this is? 20!
You can tell that they are responding to Barrick specifically.
Just because he went in first, or because he has the ring?
Yeah, it might be because I have the king's ring on my person.
If I go into the trophy room with this orb, and then Barrett comes with me, can he move the helmet? Like, does it work outside of that room?
It doesn't help with the helmet. And nothing in the room that you enter activates.
So the orb is needed to be in the room for things to work, but they only will turn on once the ring is in the room.
Yes.
Or someone wearing the ring.
Can we place the orb and ring in a room along with a broom? Not in the bedroom, but some other room, and see if it starts cleaning that way?
It does. The room maintains its function in another room while the ring and the orb are both in that room as well.
Okay, I hurry out to the very large room with the throne, the spiral staircase, and the tree with the orb, ring, and broom, and see if there's a size limit for the room.
It still functions, yeah.
Yes!
Is there a way for us to figure out how that connection works so that we can use it on other things ourselves?
Is it like explicitly tied to the broom, or is it...
The magic is to the broom. The enchantment that was placed on the broom and on the ring and on the orb is all shared.
Well, at the very least, it's a cool little nightlight.
I am putting King's Ring, Glow Orb, and Magic Broom together in the backpack.
Do you have something else that's big?
I have a portable ram in there too.
And the demon horn.
Bedroll filled with glassware.
Fishing pole, and on the other hand...
A shovel. And 2 pouches and a sack. And a bucket on my head.
Really need to get you a shopping cart.
I need to increase my strength because of all this shit.
Climbing up all those stairs must have been hell for you. Okay.
Done with
We've
that
been through all
room.
those rooms.
Yep. We have our magic cleaning stuffs.
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered Yuri.
What about him?
Just how much he would like having a broom that cleans his inn for him. But he's so far away and we'll never see him again. He's probably dead.
And but
He's
he
on
has
his way, isn't he?
the magic welcome mat.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
magic welcome
Yeah.
mat, yeah. His inn will never be dirty in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone from Belwyn Harbor, where you guys came from, should be on their way to the outpost. They said they'd be a week.
Okay.
We will have so many gifts for everybody. It's going to be great. Okay. There's still an unexplored pathway we can take.
Yes.
You guys wanted to head to the opposite hall, the destroyed section.
Yes.
So this section is much dirtier. Chunks of the wall have been destroyed. Half the doors are no longer attached, and a bit of the wall on the far side has crumbled away. You can see morning sun coming in through the open hole in the wall, high above the stairs, so it's not reachable. And then there are 3 doors on each side.
First on the left this time.
Is there a door? There is a door. This door opens to a kitchen area. Everything that was in the kitchen, all the glassware, stuff like that, has been smashed. Shards of glass and porcelain on the ground. And across the room in a chair is a body, badly decomposed, with a silver chain around its neck.
What's significant about the silver chain?
It's just like a religious symbol.
Can I check religion?
Sure.
That's 14.
A symbol of Torm, the god of courage.
A respectable god.
Yeah, that's all that's in this room. He's just sitting in a chair.
Can we tell how he died?
You want to do a medical check on the body?
Yeah.
Cause of death?
I'm gonna guidance myself. 18.
You find a large tear in the body's neck. It died from a throat rip of sorts.
Can I tell what kind of weapon it was? Like, was it a monster? Was it claws? Was it a mouth? Was it a dagger? Was it an arrow?
Was it from the inside out?
Yeah.
With that 18, you can tell that it was teeth.
What the fuck? Contaminated person went after the throat of a religious symbol.
Could have been anything's teeth. They weren't sharp, though. They were kind of flat.
Fog afflicted.
Fucking herbivore.
Next door.
The second door on the left, you open it up, and it is a communal bedroom. There are many beds lining the walls with paper partitions between every other bed. At the door are the bodies of 2 dead knights, wearing tarnished full plate, long swords laying just out of reach of their arms. In the back corner, against the wall, are 7 other dead bodies of peasants, all in a similar state of decomposition to the body that was in the kitchen.
First of all, I want to cut out the paper from the partitions and stack it in my stuff so that I can use paper later.
Okay, some of the paper is splattered with dried brown blood.
I don't care.
You're taking it all?
Yep.
Adds character.
Also, I should be performing last rites on everybody. But also, these people die of the same
Throat rip.
teethies.
Get some medical check.
Advantage on myself.
Because you know what you're looking for.
And my guidance is still there, yeah?
I think you can cast it infinitely, so
Yeah. 13.
13 is exactly what you need. They didn't all die of throat rips, but they all died of getting punched or bitten or...
So human
Yeah. Stomped.
Attack.
Blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
What about the Night Boys? Any blood on their swords?
No.
Then they died pitifully. Alaka has no respect for them.
Next door, then.
Third door on the left.
This place must smell so bad.
This room is a common area. Inside is a fireplace, a long table with a bench, some comfier straw chairs, and some toys for children to play with.
No dead bodies for once?
Do you want to search the room?
Probably some in the toy chest.
Yeah, investigate, see if there's corpses in the fireplace and toy chest. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
I'm really good at digging out children's bodies.
Well, if you're going to look in the fireplace, you'll see a pair of boots in the back of the fireplace.
Are they special boots?
No, they just look like plate boots.
Interesting way to go.
They are attached to legs that go up and into the...
Disgusting.
So you want me to grab a leg
Does it-
and you grab another?
Yeah, we're gonna pull it out.
Okay, I'll get a strength check. Do it together.
17.
4.
Alaka pretty much does it by himself. You yank, it comes loose, and the body of a third plated knight falls to the ground. His armor is less tarnished than the others. His body is also not nearly as decomposed, sitting in that dry shaft.
Shoot.
Yeah.
But why was he standing in a fireplace?
Maybe he was hiding. I mean, the other two weren't very good warriors to have died without a single blow. What about this guy hiding in the children's room in the fireplace?
Did this one die in a similar manner? Or was it starvation in fireplace?
You want to get Leah to do another check?
Resident doctor.
22.
He starved to death. Getting stuck in this fireplace.
This is a full plate.
Yep.
His sword is nowhere to be seen.
That is just the saddest way to go.
Yeah. Run away and starves to death.
You had no respect for the guys who died fighting, and this guy...
So I'm thinking...
I don't even know. Alex is lost for words.
I have a feeling that these weren't knights, but rather people who found full plate.
Oh. If it's people who just found the full plate and were wearing it, that would mean that fairly recently were the nasties in the palace.
We haven't run into many of them here, so...
You're just out in the outer ring. We just ran into one. And then Wish and Nuvis were ripping some apart, weren't they?
Yeah.
In the street. Unless
Which is pretty cool doing that.
one of the reasons the king is so paranoid up there is because there's some in the palace itself. Some fog monsters. And fog peoples.
So I guess we gotta keep an eye out for them. Maybe the Goliath people thought that we were that.
Next room, across the hall.
Okay, across the hall, it has no door. Its door has been splintered and destroyed and lays flat just outside of its door frame. In there is a latrine sort of area, or what's left of the room is a latrine, because a huge section of the wall has been destroyed and just leads right outside.
Oh.
If you step to the edge, you can look down, and there is a garden. It's about a 10-foot drop. That garden is overgrown, but this is the area just outside the palace, between the palace and the inner wall. And there is a giant hole in the inner wall as well. And you can see the trail of rubble out into the street where another large boulder rests in the middle of the street.
Huh.
A large boulder gone through the garden, through the inner wall.
Did it go through the other doors on this?
I think we're at like a corner or something.
Yeah, we are on like the corner, but did it come from earlier in?
Oh, boulder was thrown, hit the corner of the building, bounced a bit, went that way, and then we're just in the corner room that had part of its wall taken off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys have found these boulders in that crushed section that was in... What's the fucking word for you can't go there?
Forbidden?
Not like you can't go there because it's against the rules. You can't go there because it's blocked.
Inaccessible.
Yeah, the one hall was inaccessible because it was blocked by a huge boulder similar to this one. The front gate of the palace was blocked by a boulder similar to this one. This one seems to have hit the wall, broken a hole in it, and then rolled down to the inner wall and broken through that as well.
So right now there's nothing closing that inner wall?
Yeah, right now you guys could go out into the streets from here.
Okay.
When we leave the latrine, I'm just gonna put a hunting trap on the door and leave it there.
Next door then. At least we have an out that doesn't include the puzzle.
The middle door on the right side is another bedroom area. Door destroyed. And there is a pile of 7 bodies, all piled in the middle of the room. None of them wear armor. Many of them have broomsticks that have been carved into spears, and one of them carries a longsword.
Were these the real knights?
Does the orb and the ring have any effect on these carved broomsticks? I'm just curious if the brooms consider themselves spears or brooms still for the magic.
They would still need to be enchanted though, right?
Yeah, it was just the one specific broom.
Okay.
It looks like these people had, at one point, fought stuff. The one thing that concerns me is the pile of bodies, rather than... It seems more organized than the ramshackle bodies earlier.
Yeah,
The guy with the longsword, does he have any distinctive clothing? Like maybe he's a commander of some sort?
You want to inspect the bodies?
Yes, please.
My guess is that that was the sword that belonged to the fireplace knight.
Oh, maybe, yeah. That makes sense. I'll inspect anyway. 7.
He looks like a decomposed dude to you.
Yep, that's a dead guy.
if I ever saw one, that's a dead guy.
I know him when I see him.
But what if some dude sees this guy stuck in a chimney and he's like, "You aren't gonna need this, I'm stealing," and he's like, "No, it's all I have." And then they just leave him in the room. That's fucked up.
At least he died of starvation and not like getting his legs nibbled on.
Yeah, that would be really fucked up.
Be tough to get your teeth through that full-plate boot, though.
Huh. So yeah, this pile of bodies, are they piled in a weird way or just in like they were all kind of close together when they got gnawed on?
It's like they were all blocking and defending this door together.
Okay.
And they all died together.
It's too bad.
Okay.
Well,
On to the next room then.
there's nothing else in this room of worth?
No, it's just, there's more paper, but there's no more room for Leah to put it.
Is it like nice paper at least?
No, it was used to partition slave quarters.
Oh.
Did you do last rites on any of these people?
Yeah, I've assumed that I've just been doing them as we've seen them.
I want to get you to roll for that last room of dead people.
Religion?
Sure.
13.
2 of the dead bodies that you performed last rites on, or were about to perform last rites on, were fog humans that had been killed.
Gross. But I'm glad that they're dead.
Do you still want to perform the last rites on them?
Yeah.
Or- okay. So yeah, in that stack of guys with spears, they had actually gotten some kills.
Huh.
Alika is pleased.
This final room is a storage room. Inside it are baskets for laundry and another pile of disintegrated soap, stacks of replacement chairs and benches and brooms, a pile of which have been knocked over. This room's door was also intact.
Something we could consider is
Cleaning our clothes. Like
Well,
it has been a week,
but
you know.
I was also thinking there's a lot of really nice furniture in this place.
Yeah.
If we could somehow manage to get a cart, we'd be able to squeeze that through and bring it over to Ralu Outpost to really spruce up the place.
Benches everywhere.
Benches, chairs, make it really homey.
I think
you know?
everyone would like that. We could have a big table for everyone to get together and have a feast at.
Yeah, we also saw a lot of abandoned carts and wagons and stuff in the city.
Yeah.
So all we need is something to pull it, or take a long time just slowly pushing it back.
We could find a donkey or something, I'm sure. Are there donkeys?
There's also Alika.
With his measly 16 strength.
Like, I'm not opposed to hauling the cart of stuff. I would like to explore other options of where I'm put in the place of a mule, but I'll do it if we have to.
So,
Those are all the rooms.
So have we been through this entire castle then? No.
There's just a blocked off eastern hall.
Like the entire side, or is just the pathway there?
You can't really see past it.
So if we wander around the outside of the castle, can we find a window or something we can go in?
You want to go through the gardens and circle around to that side?
yeah.
Could be some cool stuff.
So you'd be going out the south and then around and up. Okay, that's what y'all want to do?
Yeah.
So we've left the latrine south and are heading east.
North.
Between the castle and the inner wall. As you walk through the thick, tall grass that has been left unkept, you won't see any breaches in the wall, but you will see the fog leaking over the inner wall and into the garden that you are in now.
Oh my
The fuck?
The fog wall is in the city, and that's as far as it's gotten in.
Well, the fog wall has gotten very close in the last day or two.
I feel really bad for the king, and when we leave this place, I don't want to leave the king behind.
He's crazy.
I don't care.
He tried to kill us.
I don't care. He was scared.
He's not gonna come. He's gonna run back up to his throne room
I'll
and
knock
be a
him
fog
out.
guy.
I don't care. Where is the church?
The cathedral you guys
Yeah.
looked at last time and didn't go to?
We were
It was-
planning on going.
It was right next to the palace entrance area.
It's farther from the fog wall.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if we're gonna have a look in there, we may as well do it soon. And if we're gonna get your king, I'll find a bucket to put him in.
He's not that small.
There was kegs upstairs that we were thinking about throwing him in because he was being so annoying.
I have a lot of rope. I can tie him to me and drag him along.
Majestic.
You guys going to do that now or check out the cathedral first and come back for him later?
I want to check out the cathedral first.
Okay.
So you guys are going to go out
The whole
south?
Yeah, in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a convenient hole to walk through.
Yeah. And the last place we saw the bandit boys who shot at us was at the front gate, so maybe they're still there.
Wish and Nuva's left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're on their way to Greymorn.
And there's nothing else we want to check out.
We'll want to come back for the king.
Maybe when
Then
we
maybe
get
look at the dead people tree.
yeah.
I want to stay away from the dead people.
Maybe when we get fog boots of our own and we can go through the fog to see what's in this
Yeah.
other section of the castle. Or if we want to explore the Tree of Death, but I doubt we do because that tree's scary.
Well, wait, you guys are going to go out into the street then and loop around to the cathedral?
Yes.
Okay. There's not a lot of doors in the city, right? A lot of them have been knocked off, destroyed, or just lay open. As you guys are walking around on the Craftsman District row of buildings, there's one building with a sturdy wooden door that is still standing.
I knock at the door.
You gonna run across the street and knock at the door? Do you look both ways?
No.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Is anyone home?
No answer.
Well, what do we do now?
Hello? Alaka,
Yes, my
do you
friend.
see how there's no doors everywhere?
I do, yes.
What's the problem here?
This door has not been knocked down yet.
Exactly, it is not matching. And I pull out the portable RAM. We have to make sure it all matches. So,
I'm going to suggest we just try the doorknob first.
We're gonna like, all ready to go. Like we got the backswing, and we're just like,
but then it wouldn't match. This is important.
I think Barrick has OCD.
let's say just crazily that this door does open.
Theoretically.
We can just shut it again.
Knock it down, yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
Agreed.
All right.
We put down the RAM and go to open the doors using the handle.
Leah wants to try and open the door.
Yeah, if you guys would prefer I do that. Go
You're
like,
the one who
"Yoo-hoo."
stopped him.
We're like
we'll hold the RAM.
ready to go.
We're hoping that it's locked so we have an excuse to break it down.
We're
Yeah.
just
Right.
like
I'll
whimpering
just
up.
be like, excuse me, I'm coming in.
Does not open, but
Okay.
you find 3 symbols on the latch.
Ooh.
Okay.
I heard it rattle. It's not open. Let's go.
What are the symbols?
There is a dog, a bird, and a monster.
That's cute.
You guys are gonna knock it down now?
Once Leah gives the word, we're just running at it.
It is locked, so I'll just like, okay, do whatever you...
It's like, this looks like a puzzle. Break it down.
Okay, let's get this roll. Why don't you both roll, and then that's
Sure.
the advantage. Whoever's got the
Okay.
higher.
And then we add another +4 bonus because of the RAM. So that would have been an
15.
18 for me.
So 21 for me.
The door breaks open. The latch stuck. The wood of the door just breaks around it and leaves it suspended in the wall. Okay, inside, this is the Craftsman District, so it should have been a business of some sort, but it is a very tiny home. The first thing, the most obvious thing you'll notice, is a dead body laying in a very small bed. 50% of the whole home is a small little kitchen cooking area. The other half is this bed. And then there's, besides that, just enough room for the huge door to open and shut. And then there is a crawl space stuffed with expired foodstuffs.
Huh.
And in the corner behind where the door opens is a cart. Not a horse-drawn cart.
This is like a food cart owner's house. Like they sold food in the market.
Musta.
And they're dead in their beds. Are they a halfling? To be this small?
It is a halfling.
Oh.
Do they have any sort of astrology-themed papers on them by chance?
There is no bookshelf. You guys want to search the room?
Yes.
It'd be last rites for me.
Just last rites.
14 for looking around.
2. I'm like poking around in the kitchen. Nothing useful.
Admiring the destroyed door.
Yeah, like, man, we really fucked that door.
Okay, on the body you'll find a bag. There's 60 gold in his hefty pouch.
We each get 20 gold.
Oh, thank you.
You will pull a nice-looking axe down from above the fireplace. This is a masterwork hand axe.
Ooh.
And on the plaque is written, "For exceptional service to the crown."
Cool. Elika, would you like the axe? It's not my thing.
If no one else was going to use an axe, I suppose. Unless Leia wants it.
I don't think
Oh, yeah.
I can.
You might not be able to even...
Hand
Yeah.
axes are simple.
Oh, are they?
It's more so the strength.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have -2.
Okay, yeah, I could take it then.
If you look at the cart, it is labeled Sammy's Soup.
Aw, Sammy's soup.
I'm gonna see if all of the food is expired or just some.
It's all vegetables that have been in there for way too long. There are spices on the cart.
Spices.
Some bags of spice.
Are there any medicinal herbs?
None of them are medicinal. They're all flavor
Okay.
spices.
I'm adding bags of spice. As much as I can carry.
You're going to have to choose which ones you want to take. You're
Shit.
overburdened here.
Okay, what are the choices?
I have free spice base.
Alright, Alec is grabbing the bags of spice.
I like tasty.
Tasty spices?
Can we find some more eggs and make some spicy, tasty eggs?
Yes.
Leah, like, hugs her egg.
Not these ones.
Close. Not my lizard, not my spider.
Well, we came out with some money. Back onward to the cathedral then. And this time I will look both ways across the street.
So many useful things in a city when no one's around to use them.
Mm-hmm. You can see why Barrick likes being a scavenger. Like, look at all this cool stuff.
What did I ever do before this line of work?
Fight.
Yeah,
Mercenary work.
mercenary.
More fighting.
It was rhetorical, but yeah.
So the church is a large stone building right next to the palace entrance, up against the inner wall. It has 3 bell towers, high and thin. The doors are bursted in and destroyed, as all doors should be.
Good.
Aw.
Inside, the pews are now wide sections of splintered wood covering the floor. None of them are still standing. A stone stage at the front is covered in metal parts from an organ that has been stripped and smashed. And 3 spiral staircases in 3 corners of the room leading to each of the towers. The front one, closest to the front door, the stairs have all been snapped out, and then the stairs continue a little higher up. The other 2 are in working condition.
Well, I can see why someone might be interested in dismantling the organ for parts. Get a lot of nice bits out of that. Does it look like someone intentionally ripped apart the first tower stairs?
It looks like everything in here was smashed. It definitely wasn't an accident, I would say.
To the grappling hook, I vote we climb up to that first tower, because...
Not the ones that are still...
hell no. If it's destroyed, someone might be hiding something there. My curiosity's being piqued.
A good point, Barrick.
Before I help climb, is there like an altar or anything?
Yeah, at the back of the stage there'd be an altar to Torm.
And is there a back room at all where they would keep storage for services or worship?
No other doors in the building or rooms.
Is there anything on the altar of worth?
Nope, everything here has been looted through as well.
Alright, to the grappling hook indeed.
Whatcha? I throw it up.
The stairs that were destroyed were the stairs that whoever was destroying them could reach, so it's easy to loop on one of the lower stairs and climb up to it.
Nice.
I'll help everybody up.
First.
Then I guess I go second last.
Okay, leading to the shortest tower. From it, you get a okay view of the middle courtyard where all the carts are piled up at the front gates. There's also a dead body.
Hey.
Oh.
In a robe, a priest's robe. He is clutching a wooden peg. To Alika, it is glowing.
Yes.
Has the same horse clouds and fields of the peg that you got from the king.
We have the second Citadel key.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
High five.
Woo! So I'll grab it beside my egg in my front pocket.
The rope for the bell in this tower is coiled under his elbow.
He was ringing it unto his death.
Also, he has scraped 9 marks into a nearby brick and has a pouch of 3 gold.
Sounds like a last right thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
What are the markings on the brick?
They're just like lines,
Oh.
like 9 lines.
Oh, I see. Like the
Might have
tactics.
been how long he was up here for days.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does it look like he starved to death as well?
It does.
Okay.
Alright, climb down and go to the second tower.
The second tower, it's easily climbed, very similar. It is a little higher up, and there is nothing there, though the bell is gone.
They took the bell. Why didn't I think of that?
We're
Dang
not
it.
taking the
There's
bill.
no function.
How large is said bell?
Bigger than your bucket, but not by much.
What? It's that tiny?
We're grabbing the next one and putting it on a cart for Ralu Outpost. That's a warning bell.
To the third tower.
You guys gonna go down and then up the third set of stairs?
Yep.
To the tallest tower. Is not gonna go right up to the tower. It is first gonna go up into a small attic area.
Oh. Do we explore the tower first or the attic area first?
Attic.
Well, you're not gonna get much chance to explore because when you step up, it is going to awaken one of the 3 priests that are lying around in its small area. That is where we are going to end.
I want to know. If they're fogged, beat them up. But if they're not fogged, then I'll be like, why didn't you block off the stairs like your other priest buddy? You let him just starve over there, you jerks.
Well, maybe if you block your stairs off, you die.
Sounds like he just had to pack a grappling hook.